Welcome back, Class 10, to your physical education class. We'll start a new chapter today, Chapter 10, Dietary Modifications and Meal Planning. In the previous lesson, we have learnt about the meaning of nutrition and health and the interrelationship between them. So, in the previous chapter, we have learnt about nutrition, we have learnt about health, and we have learnt the relationship between these two. We are also familiar with the various nutrients present in food, their functions, requirement in the body, and factors influencing these requirements. So, we are also familiar regarding the different types of nutrients and which are present in various kinds of food, its requirement in the body, and what are the factors that influence those requirements. So in this particular chapter, we will learn about grouping the foods into different groups according to the nutrient content. Inclusion of these food groups in the daily meals is important. Why? To provide an adequate diet. Adequate diet means diet which is necessary for the proper function of the body. This knowledge is essential. Why? To make sure that we are eating the right food and in the right quantities. In this lesson, we learn how to ensure nutritional adequacy of the food that we eat every day and how we can plan the same. Now, dietary modification for sports person. As a saying goes, eat to win. Very beautiful saying. What does it mean? It means a sports person should eat in such a way that he will be the winner of the game. Proper nutrition plays a vital role or a major role in maximizing everyone's ability to maintain higher levels of physical activity. Behind each spectacular performance, there is a systematic and careful management of eating habits. So, if a sports person is magnificent, excellent, superb, so you'll understand that food has played or diet has played a very important role in that performance. A sportsman's success in sports depends on first genetic makeup, genetically strong bones, muscular, specialized training, and if you have a flair for a particular sports, you should have specialized training and proper nutrition. Sportsman's requirement of nutrition depends on his or her goals. Goal may be to be better Goal may be to be better time for 800-meter race. That might be the goal. Or to train for a karate meet. That can be the goal. Decreasing of body fat can be a goal. Better cardiovascular health may be a goal. Things like that. Dietary modification for sports person may also depend upon the nutritional needs of athletes before, during, and after competition or for achieving optimal sports performance. Let us try to understand the topic dietary modification for sportsmen through the modification done in carbohydrate, protein, vitamins, fluids, and salt. So, dietary modification means dietary change. By changing the diet, it enhances the performance of the athlete. So, if you change the diet according to the need of that particular athlete in a particular game, there are nutritionists, there are food specialists who will plan and program a particular type of diet for that particular athlete. First, let us talk about carbohydrates. The energy for exercise comes mainly from carbohydrates stored in muscle as glycogen. Carbohydrate is necessary to meet the demands of energy needed during exercise. To maintain blood glucose level and replenish muscle glycogen store, replenish means to restore. Muscle glycogen store, for these things carbohydrates is necessary. During submaximal exercise, submaximal means not performing in a maximal level but a little lower than the maximum level. When this performance is done? During practice. So during submaximal exercise, carbohydrates in the body are a major source of fuel. It is easier for the body to replenish glycogen in the first 2 hours after exercise because of changes in insulin sensitivity during and immediately after exercise. So it is easier for the body to replenish glycogen in the first 2 hours of the exercise because of the changes in the insulin sensitivity during and immediately after the exercise. Now, this can come out to be vital if training is continued for a long period or through repeated terms during the day. So feeding after exercise or taking high calorie drinks containing glucose polymers are essential, are helpful to assimilate carbohydrates as quickly as possible. The attention of carbohydrates should all times be on food that given a few grams of fiber per meal. Exemptions is to milk and yogurt, which are very healthy. So the attention of carbohydrates should all times be on food that give a few grams of fiber per meal. So generally, carbohydrates should come from food, and it has to come from food. In all sports, the important part of energy production is supplied through carbohydrates. So in all sports, the energy production is supplied through carbs. It is merely the total calories that vary according to the intensity and duration of the exercise. If the exercise is intense, more calories needed. If the exercise or the sports is not that intense, less calories needed. Approximately 40% to 70% of total calories consumed should come from carbohydrates. But this is really depends on the sports, type of training, and overall activity level. Recommended carbohydrate intake for athlete performing a short duration event around 60%, intermediate duration event around 55 to 60%, and long duration event is around 60 to 70%. Now, shortage of carbohydrates is a major contributor to fatigue. So if there is a shortage of carbohydrate, chances are athletes will become tired faster. Simple sugars induce high insulin. So if you have a sugar drink or a glucose drink, it will spike the blood sugar level. When used before exercise, this can lower. Simple sugar induce insulin. When used before exercise, it can lower the blood sugar and elicit the fatigue as well as lead to headedness associated to hypoglycemia. Excessive intake of highly concentrated sugars such as candy or soft drinks in a short period of time can result in cramps and bloating. Bloating means gas in the belly. A good food plan will provide adequate amounts of most nutrients. Sportsmen need to obtain at least 60% of the total calories from a variety of complex carbohydrates such as grain products, fruits and vegetables. Simple sugar drinks or purely glucose drinks, it is better to avoid. Fruits are much better options. Studies on athletes for training and performance, athletics training and performance have noted the continuous need for carbohydrates intake before, during and after endurance for intensive activities in order to maintain high levels of glycogen in the body. What does the study show? Studies on athletic training and performance have showed that continuous need of carbohydrate intake before, during and after intensive activities is needed to maintain high levels of glycogen in the body, and from the glycogen energy will be provided. During exercise, carbohydrate and carbohydrate fluid solutions should be consumed early for either long duration or intensive activities so as to promote absorption and maintain glycogen and glucose level. So before an intense activity, long before an intense activity, carbohydrates in the form of glucose should be or fluids in the form of fluids should be taken, so that it promotes absorption and maintaining glycogen and glucose level. In the post-exercise period, carbohydrate and protein intake should begin early in order to promote glycogen storage and protein synthesis. Carbohydrate loading is a carbohydrate intake strategy to stay energized and perform best. Eat carbohydrates for at least several days before exercise or competition to start glycogen loading in muscles. So this is basically helpful in bodybuilding or sports where energy is needed. So long before the day of the competition, carbohydrate loading is done, then the carbohydrate is gradually stopped. So the muscle mass is maintained and the energy is also there to carry on the exercise. So in this today's class, we have started with chapter 10, which is dietary modification and meal planning. So we have understood, basically we had just an idea of what is dietary modification and how by modifying carbohydrates in the diet we can enhance the performance of an athlete. We will continue with this. We will start off with proteins and vitamins in the next class. Thank you very much.